So this morning I woke up, found an email from eBay stating that one of my items was removed due to a VeRO concern. And so today I'm going to talk to you about that. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is John, and today I want to talk to you about the email that I received when I woke up this morning, and it was a VeRO rights violation that somehow I ended up with, and I wasn't quite sure what it was about. Of course, when you end up with a VeRO item removal from eBay, they end up taking off the item completely. So I had no idea, other than on the email it did give me the item number and the description, but I didn't even know what bin it was in. So I really didn't have any way of immediately finding out what was going on. And it's not like some of the complaints that I've seen in the past where, and I'm not sure the exact terminology for it, but it was a VeRO complaint for maybe if you used a stock photo or if you somehow used a description from the manufacturer, and that's not allowed on eBay. Of course, that's taking that owner's description or picture and using it for your own, and you can't do that, and that's understandable. I learned the hard way when it came to that a couple years ago, and when I was using stock photos, when I didn't know any better until I found out that there was such a thing as VeRO. For those of you who don't know, VeRO means verified rights owner. There really is no meaning for the letter E in the acronym of VeRO. I guess it's just easier for folks to remember, instead of calling it a VRO, to name it VeRO. And so it's a program that protects the owner of the actual merchandise or the manufacturer of that particular item. So I woke up this morning, got an email from eBay stating that I had violated the VeRO design rights policy, and it's not the same message I've seen before. When I used a stock photo and I didn't know what in the world it was, and I didn't know what I did wrong. I ended up getting a callback after I requested a callback from eBay, and the first rep, I believe that rep was in Ireland, and they couldn't really help me, and they put me over to the trust and safety department at eBay. And that representative kind of told me, I need to reach out to the manufacturer. There's an email address for this manufacturer. I didn't quite know who the manufacturer was at first. While I was on the phone, I Googled the manufacturer's name. And this manufacturer is Philips Electronics NV. And that told me right then all I needed to know, but I still Googled it, and it's Philips Electronics. So it's not a Philips item. I knew that because I have listed Philips items in the past. I don't think I even have a Philips item in my store. So I didn't quite understand what that was about, because usually it is the manufacturer of the item that you're selling that contacts eBay to let them know there's a VeRO violation, and that prompts eBay then to remove your listing permanently. I was even more confused because I just didn't understand what was going on. So apparently what has happened here, and by the way, just so you know, this is the item. This is it's a Kita KD-200. It's a ladies epilator. It's in my health and beauty thing. Sells for about $30, 25 to $30. Not a big deal. And apparently, I guess the epilator looks a lot like theirs. So because of that, they have an issue with me, and they think somehow I'm the owner of Kita and I am infringing on their design rights. Problem is, this item is a customer return that came out of my Amazon customer return pallet, and again, I don't make the item. I'm just a reseller. The rep came back and clarified exactly what I explained to you, and that I needed to reach out to the manufacturer, in this case Philips, and explain to them that I am not the brand owner and I'm just a reseller, and after 5 days, if I don't hear a response from them, then I can reach out to the VeRO team at eBay and they'll reinstate my listing and, you know, take that ding off of my account. But I wasn't happy about that. And in fact, you know, it's almost like the folks at eBay are on autopilot and they just don't look into complaints on their own for merit. Anyone with half a brain would have been able to see that I am not the brand owner. I'm just a reseller of this item. I only had one of its kind. There are actually 6 other sellers selling this same product, and one seller has sold this same one 199 times over the last 90 days. And so their item has not been taken down and has not been removed, but somehow Phillips decided to key on my listing and have me taken down. And so I didn't quite understand what that was about, and I was pretty frustrated about that because, you know, here I am just trying to move items. I may never get one of these again, yet somehow there's a focus on my account when, again, there's other sellers who are selling multiples of this particular item. So I ended up getting transferred to a supervisor, and the supervisor came on the line. I said, look, there's something called the first sale doctrine, and it reads, the first sale doctrine codified at 17 USC 109 provides that an individual who knowingly purchases a copy of a copyrighted work from the copyright holder receives the right to sell, display, or otherwise dispose of that particular copy, notwithstanding the interests of the copyright owner. Now, the way it's written, it says copyright owner. Well, that would be the manufacturer. And in this case, what it's saying is that as a everyday person owning this particular item, it's in my possession. I have the right to resell it or dispose of it how I like. My whole problem with this VeRO program is it totally is against the spirit of eBay. And so my question to him was, who do I reach out to? I mean, it wasn't like Kita decided to file a complaint against me. And so, you know, what happens if, let's say, Honda or Mercedes-Benz doesn't like the fact that I'm selling a women's epilator on eBay? Are they able to go on and complain that somehow I'm violating a design, someone's design? My whole issue is that it seems like Phillips is barking up the wrong tree, and they should have gone to this particular company on Amazon, and they've sold many of these items on Amazon. I don't know why they're fishing on eBay to find something that looks like their item, but it just feels like they are just picking on some random seller here. And so what I did was, after getting off the phone with the representative, who basically told me the same thing, the manager told me the same thing, to contact the VeRO department after 5 days, and I'm assuming that's business days, and to let them know that I've reached out to Phillips and they haven't contacted me back. So I decided, you know, I was going to go and do one better. I did send the email. I CC'd the VeRO department at eBay, and I let them know that they are contacting a seller of the item and not the brand owner. And I gave them a link to where they can find the brand owner on Amazon if they wanted to pursue that. But I told them that this email constitutes a cease and desist for them to stop harassing me, because again, I am just simply a reseller using the first sale doctrine, and any further contact or reporting of my item that isn't a Phillips item is going to be taken as harassment, and they need to stop. And hopefully I get a response back from Phillips, and hopefully within 5 business days I'll be able to relist that item. And again, I totally get the VeRO policy. If a manufacturer feels strongly enough to where they only want certain individuals to sell their item, then I get it. I get it. I mean, I'm not totally on board with it, but I understand that. But for a third-party brand who isn't even involved with this particular item wants to cause problems for me And anyone at Philips with half a brain should know I'm not the manufacturer of this Kita KD200 women's epilator. So what are they trying to accomplish? And any comments below? Have you gone through anything like this? I thought it was really strange. I thought it was really out of ordinary. It sort of violates, in my mind, the whole spirit of eBay. If everyone who is not an authorized distributor of an item now has to go and ask the manufacturer's permission, or even their competitor's permission to sell an item, then no one would sell on eBay, and only the authorized distributors of a certain item would sell on eBay. And I told the supervisor when I spoke to them on the phone, I said, you guys have all these policies that really make it difficult for us sellers to succeed. I spent an hour on this phone call, and I had plans on doing some stuff with my business, and this totally took me away from that. Combine that with all the other policies that eBay implements that just feels unnecessary. And it's just really one of those things that just makes you want to throw your hands up in the air and say, yeah, forget it. And I know a number of you have said that, and a number of you probably are or will be finding somewhere else to sell. For me, it's about finding something that's going to give me a return like eBay does. Shopify doesn't do it. Amazon gates you to death, so your brand name products, you have to be approved to sell. Mercari doesn't do it. And I don't have a lot of clothing that I sell. My wife does. So Poshmark isn't an option for me either. So it's eBay. And I want to see eBay succeed. At the same time, I want to see them fix their policies to be a little more seller friendly. And let's forget the whole celebration event that they give us once a year. I can care less about that. To me, actions speak louder than their words and their little videos they put together to make us feel proud as resellers, because I can look back at my effort over the last year and feel proud about that. I don't need them to, give me a series of videos on one given day, rah, here's a t-shirt, and make me feel like they care. It's the way they interact with us the other 364 days out of the year that really means something to me as a reseller. And hopefully, someone out there from eBay is watching this. I know there's not a whole lot you can do when it comes to VeRO. Maybe investigate a little bit more on the seller's behalf before you go and rip down an item. Maybe take down the other items if that's a problem. But really, they should have told Philips, here's the manufacturer's name. Why don't you go after them and leave our seller alone? And that would have taken 10 minutes to figure that out. And I think it would have saved a lot of hassle for me, the seller, and the representatives that I had to speak to today. But it just doesn't seem like eBay wants to do more than be on autopilot and enforce policies without really looking into it, which is frustrating to me, especially someone who's been in, that environment where you have to interact with customers dealing with policy. And had I operated under an autopilot mentality, I wouldn't have gone very far where I was at. And I just don't think eBay is thinking this through very well before they start penalizing their sellers. So again, put your comments down below. Please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell icon so you can be notified the next time I make a video. A couple things before I go. That B-stock pallet that I ordered 2 weeks ago, I finally got an email from the carrier, and they're going to be hopefully delivering that pallet to me next week. And once I get it, I plan on making a little unboxing so you guys can see what the B-stock pallets look like. And in addition to that, I'm thinking probably next Friday, I will be looking at the possibility of doing a live video. So again, hit that notification bell icon. That way you can be notified. It's probably going to be sometime Friday evening. That way you can be part of the program. So guys, make sure you keep listing, keep making those sales, and just know one thing, that flipping ain't easy. And we'll talk to you again real soon.